Hello everyone, welcome back. JavaMentor.net here. In today's video, let's cover basics of Git. So we will learn maybe 6-7 basic commands, but really enough for you to start using Git. Let's go back to the code. There are only maybe 2 or 3 more commands that you need for normal work. You don't need more than that. Okay, let's recall what we did in our previous tutorial. First of all, we had some code which is not connected to the Git, right? And we wanted to associate that code with our Git. So we want to say to Git in which directory, in which folder our code resides, where it's located. And we did that by going to terminal, to our folder, and executed git init command. And that initialized empty Git repository there. Okay, how it usually goes? It usually goes that company so you join some company, you're a developer, they already have some code online, and they give you the URL of the repository and they tell you download the code from this link. And you do git clone and then put that URL that they gave you, which is you're cloning that repository to your local machine. Okay, now you have your code. The next step is you do some change, and if you remember from the last video, those files that you added are red. So you need to decide, do you want to include those files into your change? So if you want to include them, those files, you right click git add, or you do this command git add and then name of the file, right? That's another way. Take a note that we didn't include those 2 files in our Git. That's the reason why those 2 files are not present in our online repository, right? But we still have those files in our local environment. Okay, when we added, let's say, prepare those files to be saved, then we can do git commit and we can put some message that is associated with the commit, describing what's done inside that commit. And commit will save all files that are previously added using git add command. It will save them into your local repository, right? But those changes still won't be on the online repository. If your colleague is trying to find your changes online, he won't find it. So you need git push command to sync your changes, to push your changes to the online server, online repository. Okay, another thing is if your colleague push his changes to the online repository, you need to sync your local repository to get that changes, because you need them, right? You need the latest code from the repository. So when you want to sync your local repository with the online repository, you do git pull, which means you're taking all commits from the online repository that you don't have, and you put those commits in your local repository. Git is doing that for you. And this online repository is basically called a remote repository. An online branch is called origin branch. You will see later. Okay, now what's the thing? You're a junior developer and you have some senior in your team. So you would like to commit some code and push that code so your senior can take a look at it and mark that code as accepted, or maybe he will tell you, hey, look, this is not working because of this and this, or maybe he will tell you it works, but this and this is better way to do this. And that process where your coworker, senior coworker usually, but basically anyone can take a look at your code, is called code review, because he's reviewing your code. So you want to push your code to some repository, but you don't want to push to the same place and because maybe to the same place as your normal code, because maybe someone will deploy that code to some server. So you can just imagine you create some demo feature which is not yet done. You push that to show it to your colleague, and some DevOps take that and put that on a server, and all of a sudden everyone start complaining. So you need some safe place to push your changes, making sure that no one will deploy them nowhere. For that, you can create a different branch, right? So our main branch, you can take a look here in bottom right corner, is called master. Okay, I just hide myself because I want to show you a lot of things in bottom right corner. So you want to give your changes to your coworker, and you want to make sure that that change is deployed nowhere. So let's say those commands are that change. So we want to create new branch, git branch new feature, that is the name of the branch, and we want to move to that branch, git checkout new feature, right? Okay, we are inside the new branch, and if we try Ctrl K, let's say our new commands, that's our commit, right? And we can say commit and push. Okay, commit and push anyway. Like our IntelliJ is complaining that our code is not good by some standards, but for now we will push our code and we will fix those problems later. Push. If we go to our repository, just to take a look, if we refresh, as you can see, if you go to master branch and you go to the main class, which is here, and you are in the master branch, you will see this code. But if you switch to the new feature branch, you'll see our comments, right? So not the same code is on different branch. And of course, there is some kind of standard in every company. For example, master branch can go to dev environment or QA or whatever, but if you give some random name, or for example, if you include keyword code review or pull request or something like that, draft maybe, that branch won't be deployed anywhere. So this is the way how you can safely push your code online, show it to your coworker, and making sure that no one will ever deploy this to some wrong environment. And also, it's a very interesting feature because now on different branches you can have different versions of your code, right? So this branch, one code, another branch, another code. Okay, if you go here and you try to list your branches, you'll see that you have new feature branch, master branch, that's here, local, new feature and master, and then you have remote origin and then the same two branches. And the point is, you remember that I told you that you commit to your local repository and then sync, under quotes, sync your local repository with online remote repository. And that's basically it. When you commit, you are always committing to local branch, and when you push, that's pushed to remote branch. That's the difference. And remote, they all have origin prefix. So make sure, for example, if you want to git checkout to move to some branch and you want to commit code to some branch, you never want, you won't be even able to commit to origin branches. You can only commit to local branches and then push to the origin branches. Anyway, we have two branches now, and let's say that our senior coworker told us, okay mate, this is very good. Now we want to deploy that, move that commit to our master branch. And that's exactly where we need merge. So we move to our git checkout master branch. That is a branch for deploying, right? So you can see that code changes here. And we can use the simplest way to connect those branches, but it's not the best way, but for now I'll show you the simplest way. So we want to merge our new feature branch. Again, don't pick origin branches. You want new feature and you want to merge that new feature into the current branch where you are standing. And you are currently standing on master. You see, we did moved to master branch using git checkout command. Merge. Okay, what you can see now if you go git show history here is that actually if you refresh here, maybe it's slightly better. For example, new feature, expected code, but also master. We still didn't push. So we just merged in our local branches, right? But I told you need to sync your local to the remote repository, push. Awesome. If you try to refresh here, now you have your changes on your master branch as well. And the last thing that is important to say is what is a merge conflict? Well, basically you saw when we tried merge from our new feature branch to master, we just clicked merge and everything went smoothly. But sometimes it doesn't go so smoothly because maybe you created your branch and you started coding something a few days. So let's say that you are working on your features 3 days. In the meanwhile, some colleague finished his feature and he pushed his changes to the master branch. And now when you're done with your features on your new feature branch, you try to merge to the master branch, but Git is not sure which changes to take. The changes that are already on the master branch or your changes, because those changes are conflicting. Maybe you changed the same files. Maybe you changed the names of the same variables. And when you try that, Git will show you, hey, please resolve those conflicts manually, one by one. And when you resolve those conflicts, you can click merge, confirm, and everything is fine. I won't show you now how to solve merge conflict because merge conflict requires you to have some colleague with you so you can conflict with your colleague. And all of you guys are learning at home, probably you don't have colleagues. So by the time you come to this merge conflict, you will watch my advanced video how to solve merge conflicts. For now, we know all the basic commands, and that's it regarding basic commands. In the next video, I'll just show you the difference between merge and rebase, another command, and I think that's enough for Git. See you in the next video.